Ladies and gentlemen, now today it is time to put on our optimism hats and absolutely chug the hopium because next week we are talking a few days away. The complete rework to the OG tech version of Iron Man goes live in the game. So usually when we get a champion buff like Hulk or Spider-Man, it's like we gotta wait like 3 or 6 months before it's actually live. I'll be on the beta for a little bit, have a couple of testing sessions. But this one, man, is going straight in the form of like a new champion release. So instead of a new champion, there's just completely reworked Iron Man. And if you already have the old version, you instantly get the new version as soon as the patch goes live. So it's a pretty good deal, man. I think this is like a really interesting way. And I think probably like the first time they've done anything like this outside of maybe a December where we've had like one champion release and buffs going alongside that. But I think this is like a really interesting release cadence, especially with now, introducing these older champions. It's just like a big win if they do like a full rework. It's a really popular character because like everybody gets that character upgraded. It's a great time. And also for the Giga Whales that they want to milk on the Paragon Crystals, man, people are just going to go crazy for the 7-star Iron Man Paragon Crystals if he's a really, really good champion. But that is the question. Is he a good champion or is champion bad? And are we in for a little bit of disappointment? Now, the more I kind of look through his abilities here, and this infographic, we've got to shout out to Cat Murdoch for putting this together, man. Absolutely amazing. With some info provided by the content creator program. So this is like a full breakdown of everything that Iron Man is going to do when he's buffed, and it's looking pretty damn spicy. So we're going to look at the foundational stuff on the left-hand side. So I think this is based on like a 6-star rank 5, and he's going to have bonus block proficiency during opponent specials of up to 3,900, which is pretty damn ridiculous, man. That is a lot of block proficiency, and also if it's a mutant champion like what is it? Your Sauron, your Storm, your Bishop special too as well. He can also block unblockable specials from mutant characters. So that is very, very good. Like huge block proficiency. You can block unblockable specials. And he's also got triple immunity while armor up is active. And all of his abilities are already based on like generating armor. So you should have 100% uptime on your armor up buff unless, you're fighting like a node that has like really aggressive armor break. So you've got frostbite immunity, you've got cold snap immunity, and you've got incinerate immunity as well. So really interesting combo. Again, kind of just looking at like everything foundationally there, he kind of looks like might be one of the best bishop counters, if not the best. You can block unblockable specials if you mess up. You're not going to take any incinerate damage, I think, from the special one. And yeah, it just seems like pretty chill. It looks like you got a lot of safety net versus Bishop there. But I'm curious to see how it kind of interacts maybe with the 7-star version, a bit of block penetration as well. But that is looking good initially. So his armor ups have a maximum of 20 stacks there. So you have max permanent stacks of 5 and then additional stacks last of 6 seconds there. Bit of armor rating, bit of crit resistance there. And also armor ability accuracy cannot be modified except by cosmics. Now, one thing I was thinking about, like, how does this interact with Domino? I assume if this, means that Iron Man can't trigger crit failure against Domino, he could be a really, really good counter, but it depends how like the other abilities interact with that. But to be fair, like a lot of his stuff mainly is around like generating armor up buffs. So if he can't like crit fail, again, might be a really good domino counter, but you still don't have a way to bypass the evade. But again, if it's just like a halfway counter that allows you, if you play him like a certain way, maybe just using special twos to bypass that, again, could be theoretically quite nice there. And also, armor cannot be removed via nullify as well. So you've got to use a cosmic champion. You've got to armor break that, and again, it's going to be like a lot of armor because he gains 1 on the fight start, and also +1 for every multiple of 5 on the combo meter, and also 25% chance to gain +1 when blocking or being struck. So what is this? +1 for every multiple of 5 on the combo meter. Does that mean like he more aggressively ramps up if you keep combo? So is it like, on 5 you get 1, and then on 10 you get 2, and it just keeps on stacking on top of each other. So it's like a 1, 3, and then maybe like 6 armor ups total after that. Well, technically 7, adding on the base one. So yeah, I'm kind of curious, like the wording on that one and how that works. But also, if you well-time block a special attack, you pause the duration for 10 seconds as well. So again, it's going to be one of those things a little bit like Sunspot and some other champions where there's like a really high skill thing of if you can parry special attacks. And again, you're going to be able to block and parry unblockable ones against mutants as well. You can kind of pause the armor and kind of like retain that ramp up as well. Because this is the whole ramp up now is kind of based around him getting 12 or more armor up buffs. And then you get 100 reactor charges. So when you hit 12 armor up buffs, you gain 3,580 attack rating, plus also an additional 143.2 attack rating per armor up above 12 stacks there. So it's like a really nice like chunk of attack, and I think that could potentially synergize and scale up very well with both the special 1 armor break debuffs, which last quite long, and also maybe the special 3 as well. But there's also a way via the special 2 to potentially, once you've gotten to this state, like stay in this state permanently. So yeah, I'm kind of interested. Again, it's certainly nothing too underwhelming. There is like a massive, massive boost to attack. So I'm curious to see how that works. Then we also have like some base effects on the specials as well. So each hit invalidates and removes 3 prowess effects and deals damage for each prowess removed as well. So for like Sauron, Bishop, again, it kind of looks like he's made just to screw over Bishop. Just like reading the abilities, man, it's just like everything is just tanking down Bishop stuff. We haven't even got to the Awakened ability yet as well, which is quite spicy on top of everything. So yeah, you can remove prowess, and also you can consume 25 of your charges as well, your reactor charges, which again you start with 100 on the arc reactor, and I think they like gradually tick down when you hit your kind of ramp up phase there as well. But you can consume 25 on activation, increasing the potency of the specials buffs and debuffs by 100%. So not only do you have the attack increase, but I think all of these effects are doubled. And I was looking at like the special ones. So each hit, and I think to this one there are like 3 hits total. It inflicts an armor break debuff, rating of like almost 1,000. So if this is, you're in your ramp up phase, which you should be fairly quickly, I imagine. That's going to be like, what is it? 3 stacks of minus nearly 2,000 armor there. I think it's 3 hits anyway. Like I was having a look at like the the special ability here, because we can see it, just the special 1 and special 2, just to see what they look like, because again they're completely like new animations. So I think the special 1 is like, it's an initial blast here, right? So you got the first blast on that, and then there's like a second, and then I think there's like it's like a double tick one. It looked like there were like 2 hits on that. So it may be like 2 hits total, but it looks like on that second one, there really are like 2 hits on that, at least visually. But I might be tripping. So, there may not be. But yeah, if that is like 3, massive armor breaks along with the attack ramp up, again, that could be very, very nice there. And also you can gain armor up per prowess invalidated. So also against like Bishop and Sauron and a few other mutant champions, again, you can ramp up, I assume, very, very quickly there. Also the buffed up version of Storm. And also if your arc reactor is active as well, it gives no power to the opponent. And then on the special 2, you gain 5 armor up buffs. And if your ramp up is active, you gain 15 reactor charges for each armor up above 12 stacks. So this seems pretty good if you are, in your like peak ramp up phase. You got like your 20 armor ups, you've got the max attack thing, because I think you can just then like you throw off your special 2 and then it like fully refreshes your ramp. So I'm curious how easy or difficult it is to sustain this state, because if it's quite easy to get 100% uptime, again, that's going to be very nice there. And again, it looks like a quick way to kind of ramp up to, the arc reactor, assuming you're fighting somebody that doesn't have prowess, because you can just get 5 armor up buffs there. But then we also have the special 3, and this is gain 7 armor up buffs, and you also refresh all existing armor up buffs that you have. You inflict a passive incinerate for 20 seconds that is also paused whenever you strike into the opponent. And this also pauses some synergy incinerates as well, because he does have like other synergies. Like Iron Man, very much like Hulk, is a champion that's been around so long that there are a lot of synergies that come with this character. And I'm curious to see how some of the stuff gets changed. Actually, according to the bottom of this, sorry, the only thing that's getting toned down is like the Stark Spidey one. Apparently, all other synergies remain unchanged. So there are like a few different ones. I think they have like plasma. We're gonna see if like anything else kind of interacts with this one as well. But the interesting thing about this incinerate, again, I'm curious to see if it scales up with the attack bonus and if it also then doubles as well. Because again, if you consume 25 of your reactor charges, it should kind of double the potency of it. So that could make it like a really, really beefy incinerate, which again, I think if you're playing very aggressively, you can probably like double its duration as well. So for the special 3, maybe you're getting this incinerate, maybe it's around, 40 to 80k damage, depending on how like aggressive you play. Maybe even like substantially more than that as well, thinking about it. So yeah, I'm interested to see if that really is going to be something that takes his damage up quite significantly. But I am just curious to see what like the optimal damage rotation is, because it looks like the armor break debuffs are going to be quite significant as well, assuming you are an arc reactor. So yeah, I'm excited to play around with all the rotations. And then we also have the signature ability as well. So it increases the potency of armor ups. I don't think there's like maybe that much that really enhances damage wise from the awakened ability. I think it's just a bit more armor and crit resistance. I don't think it affects the attack rating, but maybe I'm incorrect on that one. And also you gain double block proficiency during opponent's special attacks. So if this is right, this means that the 3,900 block proficiency you gain is doubled to almost like 8,000 block proficiency. Pretty stupid number in terms of block proficiency. So yeah, I think as long as you got him awakened, I don't see you taking much damage unless there's block pen, I would assume. But yeah, we'll see how the interactions work with that one. But at least on paper, that does look very, very good. And then also once per quest as well. So this is the classic regeneration. So under 15% health, you gain a regeneration passive, I think, granting up to 65.9% of missing health over 6 seconds. However, if you double tap block twice while you're performing a special, you can trigger it with half potency. So it's kind of up to you when and where you want to trigger this regeneration. There might be some scenarios where or it's not like that wise to get super low on the matchup and you just want to heal up a little bit. But yeah, overall, very, very powerful regen. I mean, the bounce back is pretty crazy. I mean, just thinking about like this champion for kind of new and progressing players, right? Which is an angle that is a bit underrated by endgame players, and sometimes stuff that's like taken for granted a little bit. If you get this guy early on as a 5-star champion, 6-star, he's got the block proficiency of the gods. He's got huge armor rating. I mean, like the amount of armor this guy is going to have when like he's ramped up even to a partial level, like there's not going to be that much damage if he does get hit. And on top of that, you got massive crit resistance as well. And then on top of that, if you go below 15% health, you gain like a massive regen as well. Like this guy, it just seems like he's going to be really, really tanky for a lot of players that are still kind of getting to grips with mechanics and playing the game. And like he might be like a really good kind of like early to mid game progression champion, maybe even end game. Like I'm really curious to see how he performs in a lot of the later content as well. But yeah, I'm curious to see the damage, man. It seems like a lot of the utility is there. I want to see what the optimal loop is, like whether or not, special 1 kind of quicker burstier loop is viable, or if it's all about, getting the right special 3 lineup, getting that incinerate, and then kind of murdering your opponent down as well. But again, the very interesting thing about Iron Man is he's an old champion, dude. He's got a lot of synergies with like a lot of different champions. It's got like a heavy attack power drain as well with Spider-Man 2099. Recovers from armor rakes a little bit faster. Armor up effects last longer with Wasp. What do you have there? When the opponent starts a dash attack or is recovering from a heavy, special, or combo ender, Gain Widow's Insight. Oh yeah, it's like the Black Widow one, which gives you a bit more crit damage rating there. Just a bit of crit rating. You've got the what is it? Immunity to Cold Snap, Frostbite, or Incinerate. Synergy with Nick Fury, which again, he has all of this stuff on his base, but might be good for like other champions on the team potentially. Icarus, you have Inflict and Incinerate debuff on the opponent, dealing 100% attack rating as energy damage per second on all special attacks. So yeah, I'm a bit curious. I actually don't know. Does this one have a duration here? I didn't see a duration, at least on the description. So yeah, that might be one that they are referring to in kind of the special 3 description there. There's House of Iron, armor break debuffs inflicted on the opponent have 30% increased potency. This one, if the special one armor break scaling is really good, could be very, very spicy there. And then also has a plasma from the Silver Centurion one, more special damage from Starkey. When fighting villain champions, reduce the potency of Power Sting and damage over time effects by 10%, increased up to 40 with Sunspot. Again, for certain ones, that's not too bad. Got Romance for Tigra. Iron Man, you dog. And then we got Tech Breakthrough. Tech Breakthrough is actually an amazing synergy, man. That was really, really good for all sorts of like really annoying power gain nodes. Because if you have something like the opponent's got, you know, a 50% reduction in throwing their special attacks, if you get like a quest that's really annoying like that, this one guarantees whenever they throw their special, it just completely drains them to nothing. So again, that synergy on certain paths in certain challenges could also be really, really nice as well. But yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting potential with this buff, and I'm just really interested to see how he feels to play when it goes live. Like, I love the new animations, man. It looks like they've really just done a 10 out of 10 job. And I thought as well, like, the whole reveal in this trailer, man, just such a cool way to be like, you know, Iron Man, we're giving him some major, major love. You know, he's got a new look, new animations, completely new set of abilities. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I love the new special 2. The special 2, I mean, look at the like fire effects on that. I mean, look at Gladiator, dude. That man is absolutely toasted. VFX team went hard on that, dude. They did not hold back whatsoever. So yeah, I love it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll leave it there, man. I mean, that's the perfect ending screen, isn't it? So yeah, if you did enjoy today's breakdown video, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know your thoughts on Iron Man and who are going to be some of the best champions for him to fight when he goes live. Who do you think he's going to be really good at countering? I think Bishop is the one, at least to me, that's like really standing out on this initial overview. But yeah, I don't know if I'm like missing anything with the interactions between the champions. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.